You gotta put your brick in, man. If you really believe in Christ.
Hey, shout out my brother Karab, man. Listen, man, may the Lord light up rise again, brother. But we gonna see you in the clouds. Brick by brick, brick by brick. Yeah, we gon' build this house. Brick by brick, brick by brick. Yeah, we gon' build this house. Brick by brick, brick by brick. Yeah, we gon' build this house. Brick by brick, brick by brick. Yeah, we gon' build this house. Brick by brick. We steady fishing, bridge dipping, sliding through the city, about to hit the district. We on a mission, complete the mission. Cause all you was right, 16th the mission. Holding down tradition, held like conditions. To serve the Lord people, they need a physician. Fuck the opposition, they lie like politicians. Cause all it took was bread and a few fishes. Serve the Lord intentions, shout out the fourth dimension. I just pray you look it down, we need an exemption. Pardon my disposition, follow my intuition. Cause they lack vision, them niggas staunch Christian. Brick by brick, yeah. We gon' build this house, brick by brick, brick by brick. Yeah, we gon' build this house, brick by brick, brick by brick. Yeah, we gon' build this house, brick by brick, brick by brick. Yeah, we gon' build this house, brick by brick.
We gon' build this brick by brick like we Craig. Put my faith in the world, let me for dead. Don't go to war with cowards, most these niggas scared. Captain Quam said they'll force a crown on these niggas' head. You ain't gotta book a flight to check your spirit. This kingdom full of witchcraft, smoke in the mirrors. The oppressor, the devil, you see red. We can build our cities up again without white interference. That's the kingdom of heaven. They don't want us to unite because they see it's a weapon. They make this country great off of greed and deception. Look, I can't be convinced these people evil as ever, so we can't be like them. Relax and fall back, we got it from here. Look at us, we done made the impossible real. We ain't pigs, wolves can't tear this down. Fuck they hand-me-downs, we gon' build a kingdom of brick by brick.
Brick by brick, yeah. We gon' build this house, brick by brick, brick by brick. Yeah, we gon' build this house, brick by brick, brick by brick. Yeah, we gon' build this house, brick by brick, brick by brick. Yeah, we gon' build this house.
Let me tell you something slick. Life is like a bitch. Bet hoe don't fucking listen. Yeah, she always on your dick. I'ma focus on the script, but I gotta pay the rent. White people dying cause they hogging all the fit. Nigga, I was heaven sent, drinking water out of Flint. I could tell a honky dog, they honk me like a sin. I'm behind a living tent with a dark skin vernacular. Bitch, I'd rather die for the truth like I'm Dracula. Lord Allah, she picked me, sure they get me to the rapture. I'm a dreamer, mama, she the mistress, I'm the bachelor. Old school, no bastard. What you do this for? Enslave you crackers. Every preacher, every pastor won't cease, move faster. They ultimately actors, but bitch, I'm living proof. It's the truth, it's a tragedy once I get in the booth. They told me take my shot, so I'ma shoot. I'm hopping out the coupe, John, Matthew, Mark, and Luke.
Brick by brick, brick by brick. Yeah, we gon' build this house, brick by brick, brick by brick. Yeah, we gon' build this house, brick by brick, brick by brick. Yeah, we gon' build this house, brick by brick, brick by brick. Yeah, we gon' build this house, brick by brick.
Take a ride, take a ride.
Shorty, I wanna ride. Shorty, I wanna ride.
I wanna ride, I wanna rock, yeah. Take a ride in the spaceship. Watch me slide in the glide, there's a ride on the spaceship.
Shorty, I wanna ride, shorty, I wanna ride.
I wanna rock, yeah. Watch me ride in the spaceship, yeah. Watch me slide as a glide, as a ride in the spaceship.
You peep the ledger, nothing ever fresher. Find me dipping old school, candy paint is pressure. I do it to the letter, little baby sweet as nectar. With the flavor that's tailor-made from the ancestors. And baby, it's whatever, I'm moving in the stellar. I thank the Lord, cause real niggas, we gon' live forever. I'm on a different level, I mean a different level. It's something special how we slide in the holy vessel. And yeah, it's presidential, no, this is not a rental. We came a long way from broken oats and porcelain. No need for incidentals, the Lord provided simple. So I was told to buy a sword, so I keep a pistol. And you can get your issue, this ain't no tough talk. I make it clear, baby, I walk it how I talk. And yeah, Kwame been the boss, as I'm dipped in the sauce, while I ride in the spaceship.
Shorty, I wanna ride, shorty, I wanna ride.
I wanna rock, yeah. Take a ride in the spaceship. Watch me slide in the glide, there's a ride on the spaceship.
Shorty, I wanna ride, shorty, I wanna ride.
I wanna rock, yeah. Watch me ride in the spaceship. Watch me slide as a glide, as a ride in the space.
When no dance, so you know it's me. Knocking pictures off the wall when I swing down on any street. Fifth wheel showing naked ass, chrome gal parked on that wet paint. Boy, that's a super freak. It's the Tay, how no poppy can't clock me. Hater blockers on designer label, say Versace. Rolls out of Compton's Daniel Sons to Miyagi. I be on my player shit, One West, they be hating, yeah. Tryna throw salt in the game, but ain't no sweating it. I be on my grind, if it's mine, yeah, I'm taking it. Vibe so authentic when she with you, yeah, she faking it. I'ma bump her down and move around and make space for it. So boomerang as I slide in, do my thing. Water tie, Saturday, boy, I'm speaking booty tang. Sidestepping out, scallywags, cause that cootie tang. Tricks is for kids in my name, ain't baby blank. I'm a moonwalk like Michael, stop playing shorty, cause these other niggas just your man.
I wanna rock, yeah. Take a ride in the spaceship. Watch me slide in the glide, there's a ride on the spaceship.
Shorty, I wanna ride, shorty, I wanna ride.
I wanna rock, yeah. Watch me ride in the spaceship. Watch me slide as a glide, as a ride in the space.
My initiation, introductory statement. Fuck them all if they participating in off the record conversation. Shit major, stolen favors, masters admiration. My youngin' brought his torch to the finish line, but I'm just glad he made it. And he ain't even tryna crack heads, he just know the danger. Inner city feel filled with anger. The skyline filled with angels. Twist the burner, shoot from different angles. Twisted fingers, read the coded language. Man, what's the vibe, dog? I feel amazing. I found a stage door, but don't know what I came for. I'm nothing like a soft touch. Don't touch it if it ain't yours. I'm a remnant of a great source, nigga. So many rappers would be better off as actors. Benefactors to the confusion, no solution. Puppet master, storytelling, no connection to the novelist. It's a tragic bankrolls, covering open wounds. And now I'm shitting like a restroom. They hold venom intentions, eating the way they gum line the most high. Giving niggas crowns, and I want mine. Fuck the lunch line, cause I don't take the lunch breaks. No lunch date, she bottoms up. And all I had to do was tap her front brakes. I'm B-Raw, raw vision, war written, the word written. More given to the theory, the law written, provide a long living. I understand the terms, you gotta die to learn. Hunters purify, it's time to feed the worms. This my initiation, introductory statement. Fuck 'em all. Yo, yo. The generals and captains asking what's happening and why I ain't rapping. I'm sick of these Jewish bastards and they predatorial tactics. And plus, I'm too rugged to sign a deal. Integrity locked and sealed. Hold on, I'm too rugged to sign a deal. Integrity locked and sealed. I pop the trunk and then I pop you before I pop a pill and be sluggish in front of the general public. Fuck that, I'm a changed nigga. You're looking at the epitome of it. Got multiple, I'm honest and they still love it. You can bang this on the way home, on the way to your safe zone. I ain't living how they living, I give them something to hate on. I shedded a tear for my brother's mother, knowing she carried a solid nigga. It was an honor to carry her with him. Most High in Christ. How you slaughter the flock and you don't want beef. Coward building bunkers trying to duck heat. Man, that shit's so weak. Iron tucked is out of sight, but not out of reach. Know your men, count your sheep, they hunt our steps. You a blood-sucking freak. You're a fucking leech. You're a fucking sucker. We see canes on feet and them servants on horses. The road split, it's not a road trip. We deliver the orders. Focus on what's current. Turn my phone off, a view by the waters. Train my sons for warfare. Different love for my daughters. Empty cans with no substance. I'm free from all that fuck shit. Tear drop, denim on my brother's linen. Mexican dinners, I brought the bouquet for my Dominican woman. That's smooth apologies. Damn. Yeah, I'm too rugged to sign a deal. Integrity locked and sealed. Yeah, I'm too rugged to sign a deal. Integrity locked and sealed. Yeah, I'm too rugged to sign a deal. Integrity locked and sealed. Yeah, I'm too rugged to sign a deal. Integrity locked and sealed. Yeah.
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. What's on Chris? All right. Let's get this show rocking, y'all. All right, let's get the Most High hand. Good crap. Hey, we did it, y'all. We did it. We did it. Shalom. Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Brakathum to the brothers. Shalom. Yahweh Shamal Atham Bashem Yahshua to the sisters. We have made it to the grand finale of the segment of this class, which we entitled Weapons. You know what I mean? First, just the description. Weapons is all based on the things that you could use on your day-to-day basis to be able to not fall short, to be able to endure to the end, to be able to, how can I say, test every spirit, to be able to recognize things that may come against you. Okay. Weapons is all based on being able to identify things that you can use and things that may be used to weaken you. Okay. That makes any sense. So we want to be able to not forget that every day is a test. Every day is a battle. Don't fall short, fall into a trap of being caught off guard. Okay. We want to be able to fight our demons. You know what I mean? Right here in the Isupk, we fight our demons. When we say demons, we're not talking about The Conjuring. We're not talking about evil things lurking in the shadows. We're talking about you. We're talking about your character. We're talking about things that you lack that may be a weakness to you. Okay? That's your demon. Your demon is something that it may be a weakness to you, something that can make you fall short of this truth. Okay? So that's what we say by when we say battle your demons. It's battling yourself, battling your weaknesses. All right. So we went through all these things. You watched the series. You know, we went through what mind, battling your mind, the battlefield in your mind. We went through having patience. Geez. Y'all remind me in the chat. Come on now. I think we got like a good 6-7 episodes. But yeah, patience, brotherhood. Yeah. So things that you can use on your day-to-day. Counsel. Okay. Yeah, we went through a lot of things. Things you can use, things that you can identify as something that may be trying to test you. So we're going to finish this off, man. We're going to finish this off. We're going to finish strong. Last week, we was talking about things that can come against you when it comes to dealing with things that's in your mind. And the mind is the most important because that's where the battle starts. That's where the beginning of any trial starts, when it starts in your mind first. So things that could come against you starts in your mind, and then the reaction comes from emotion. And that's what we're going to get on today. You know what I mean? We're going to get on to the heart. Now, we know in the Bible, heart, mind is switched up. And when it says the mind, it's talking about your heart. It's talking about your heart. It's talking about your mind. But in today's time, we're talking about, you know what I mean, the heart. Okay. So things that may try to throw you off in a emotional, physical manner. Okay. We're going to get on that today. We talked about anger. So anger is one of them. Anger, fear. These are things that you feel first. It's a feeling. Okay. But the things that can come against you, where it starts is being what's the word I'm looking for? Being unsure of yourself, having doubt, being unsure of yourself, those things, being unsure of where you fit in this truth, being unsure of where you fit as far as how the Lord feels about you. You know what I mean? What you need to understand is if you're Black, Hispanic, or Native American, the Lord loves you. The Lord chose you to be his servants, and that's pretty much it, and that's all. There should be no sense of doubt that the Lord has a particular feeling towards you and you alone. Okay, that doesn't exist. The Lord is not a personal thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not going to choose you personally to pick on. Those things may pop up in your mind. These things may come to you as a attack, where you feel like you're the special one who the Lord just doesn't see fit. You know what I mean? Don't never feel like that. Hey, Shalom, Yahaba Shem Shabbat. What's going on, Adawan? What's going on, everybody in the chat? Please like the class. If I may, please like the class. But yeah, whom you're the world question you. Okay. So, yeah. So don't ever feel like the Lord is a respecter of persons. He's not going to choose you out the bunch to be able to pick on. You know what I mean? Don't ever put yourself in position to be an example too that he can use as someone who's unfit for this truth. Always keep your zeal up. Always keep your mind and straightforward in this truth. That way you don't have to be used as an example of someone who just couldn't be able to serve the Lord in the right manner. You know what I mean? There's certain things you do in life that are going to have to be justified. When you are having a particular hostility towards your brother, that thing is going to build up. That thing is going to become a weapon to be formed against you. Okay? I don't want to say it like that, but it's true. Though that thing can be a weapon, your thoughts, your emotions towards your brother, those things could be used as a weapon that could form against you. Okay. So be mindful of the things you think, be mindful how you think, because like I said, the battle starts within your mind first. And that's what the Lord is paying attention to. If your mind's not right, your heart's not right. Your heart's not right, your zeal's not right. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that you are justifying everything starting from your cognitive mindset and all the way down to the way you feel, the way you treat brothers. Okay? Because all that is going to be judged. You get what I'm saying? So be careful. Be careful. Don't fall out the truth only because of a slight miscommunication or something that may not happen. You know what I'm saying? You want to continue to keep your head on straight and make sure that you're doing exactly what you need to do to be presented as a sacrifice for your servitude on what you give to the Lord. Okay. So where we at with it? So we're talking about the heart, right? I want to get into, we got into fear already. I want to get into depression. Depression is a silent killer. It's something that it's pretty much a gumbo pot of all those things that we talked about as far as the things that you feel. Okay, the doubt, the singling yourself out, the just the fear, you know what I mean, of not knowing. All those things are a mesh pot when it comes to the depression. When you are in a funk or a depression, you are going to, your mind is not sober. Your mind is not thinking straightly. Okay. There's a lot of things that you're reflecting on that's negative. There's a lot of things that you are running back to back in your mind of things that are not a productive thing to you, a productive thing to your stance in this truth. Okay. Depression folds a lot of people. some people know they have depression. Some people don't know they have depression. But at the end of the day, we want to be able to identify depression so that you can be able to pull these scriptures up that we're about to give and be able to use them as a weapon to fight that depression. You know what I mean? When it comes to depression, there's really you can't really put levels to it. You get what I'm saying? There are levels to it, but you can't really put levels to it. The lowest reasons of depression are just as effective to the highest reasons of depression. A lot of people get depressed because of a loss in the family. A lot of people get depressed because of things that are changing in their lives. You know what I mean? A lot of people get depressed off of just having a chemical imbalance in their brain. You get what I'm saying? Like postpartum. Hold on. Just stop. But yeah. So postpartum, things like that. You want to be able to identify when you're dealing with depression. So we're going to get into it. So a couple of precepts you can bring up when it comes to depression. We're going to get into it right now. Okay? And then we'll move on to the next thing. So we're going to go to Ecclesiasticus 37:14. Let me get there real quick. Let's see, 37:14. Boom. Okay, so the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 37 and verse 14, it says, "For a man's mind is sometime," that is not the K. Oh, is it KJV? "For a man's mind is sometime wont to tell him more than 7 watchmen that sit above in an high tower." Let's see. Let me make sure it's King James Version. It's like my phone is frozen as heck right now. Could you hand me one of those apocryphers over there? It's the red book. Okay, let me read it one more time. Thank you. "For a man's mind is sometime wont to tell him more than 7 watchmen that sit above in a high tower. And above all this pray to the Most High, that he will direct thy way in truth." So you got to understand what we were just saying about your mind not being in the right, in a right state, in a sober state. A lot of negativity and a lot of things that are going through your mind constantly. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing where you have a negative thought here and there. You know what I mean? That's something to battle. But when you constantly have negativity going on in your mind over and over again, that's your time to direct yourself towards the Lord. Okay? Because as much as you want to wallow in your sorrows, and that's what usually the body wants to do. The body wants to just it wants to fail. You know what I mean? Like your body just wants to, it's just not going to happen. You know what I mean? It wants to doubt. It wants to fail. That's where your body leads. That's where your body leads to. That's the direction it's leading to. You have to be able to fight that spirit. You have to be able to fight that feeling. You have to be able to go past what you want to do and do what you don't want to do, which is start leading yourself in a direction towards the Most High, because you're obviously departing with these negative thoughts, with this train of negative thoughts that are going through your mind. You are departing from the Lord and you don't even see it. You think that you're doing yourself justice by complaining, reflecting on the negative aspect of things. But at the end of the day, those are things to mislead you and to blind you. Those are things to distract you. That thought that can continuously keeps rushing through your brain That's something that we say is a demon, but it's you because you're reflecting on something that you don't need to be reflecting on. You're reflecting on things and you're making things matter when they shouldn't matter. Okay. The thing that is consistently rushing through your mind, as you start to battle that thing and as you start to move past that negative train of thought, you start to understand that those things really were nothing to begin with. Okay. A person can make something so important within their mental state. They can make something so important that's really not that important. They can make something worth something that's not worth anything. And you want to fight yourself past that. You want to you want to do the thing that you don't want to do, which we know you don't want to do it, but you got to do it, which is start pushing yourself towards the Most High. Start reflecting on these scriptures, all right? Ecclesiasticus 7:33. Okay, let me get up out of there real quick. Okay, so the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 7, verse 33, it says, a gift hath grace in the sight of every man living, and for the dead detain it not. Fail not to be with them that weep and mourn, with them that mourn, but not slow to visit the sick, for that shall make thee to be beloved. So what we were talking about brotherhood, you know what I mean? When you see people within that funk, you need to be able to identify something that they don't see. Okay. Sometimes it's just best to be able to use brotherhood as a weapon, because it's sometimes you're going to see people who don't want to admit that they're in a depression, in a depressed state. You're going to see that their energy is off. They're usually boisterous and full of life, and then all of a sudden quiet in the corner, isolated. You know what I mean? You want to be able to identify certain characters so you can be able to uplift brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? Brotherhood is also a weapon. We already talked about that. You get what I'm saying? But don't be afraid to sit there and speak to your brother or your sister when you see that they have a change of emotion. They have a change of characteristics. The trait of their characteristics have changed. Be a brother or a sister and find a way to be able to get people out of that funk. Sometimes the best way of getting things off your mind is to be able to be taken out of that environment. You know what I'm saying? And when you sitting there in that funk, you don't want to be taken out of that environment. You want to just sink into the couch or sink into your bed. You know what I mean? You don't want to do anything. So it's good to be that distraction for a brother or sister when you see that they are heavy into that state of depression. Okay, so let's keep going. Move past. Ecclesiasticus 30:21. All right. The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 30 and verse 21. It says, give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thine own counsel. The gladness of the heart is the life of men, and the joyfulness of a man prolongeth his days. Love thine own soul, and comfort thy heart. Remove sorrow far from thee, for sorrow hath killed many, and there is no profit therein. Envy and wrath shorten the life, and carefulness bringeth age before the time. So come get some. We ain't going anywhere. Wait. It's like an Edomite entered into the chat. I don't know what page they came from. Get on out of there. All right. Sluggy. Edomite came to the chat. We're going to handle them in a second. Matter of fact, I shouldn't have blocked them, though. I want them to watch. I just don't want them in the chat. I love when an Edomite gets cooked in these classes. Let me make sure. Let me unblock them. Okay. There he is. Let's see. All right, sluggy about that. We're going to get on the Edomites in a second. We're going to get on the Edomites in a second. We're going to get to the depression, and, you know what I mean, we'll get to them. But, so this is a very, very heavy precept when it comes to depression, okay? It says, get not over thy mind to heaviness. You know what I mean? Stop allowing things that you can't change, things that you have no control over. Stop letting that become the main course of your life. If you can't control it, if you can't change it, then just ignore it. Ignore it. Sometimes ignoring is just fine for you, because sometimes this precept is all based on stress, because stress can be a silent killer. You know what I mean? A lot of people lose their lives to stress. And it's like, for what? You're stressing over things that don't matter. You have to be able to ignore the things that try to hunt your mind on a day-to-day basis. You know what I mean? So, dang it. Let's see. All right, I can't unblock him. I want him to watch, but I just don't want him in the chat. But yeah. So, yeah, stress can be a silent killer. Don't allow stress to take you out, because it definitely can. If you don't deal with the stress in your life, if you don't deal with the things that are coming against you, you are going to have to deal with them in your mental and your physical, okay, without even knowing about it. You know what I mean? You can get high blood pressure just by your thoughts alone. You know what I mean? Your heart could be beating at freaking the highest rate, and you don't even notice, but it's just because of all the stress that you're building up in your mental. Okay. The gladness of the heart is the life of man. So focus on the good things. A lot of people get into a depression stage because they don't focus on the wins that they get. They focus only on the losses that they get. A lot of people, it's easy to ignore some of the wins that come into your life. It's easy to ignore those things. It's very, very easy to focus on all the losses, though. You know what I mean? It's very, very easy to complain. It's very, very easy to dwell on those things. It's very easy to lose yourself within the negative aspect of the things that are going on in your life. And it's very, 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 very easy to ignore the good things. But you don't want to choose the easy way. You want to choose the hard way. You want to choose the way that, oh yeah, well, I got this and this going on, but at least I was able to get here. At least I was able to get to this starting point. At least I'm actually taking steps to figuring this thing out. Okay. You want to focus on those things. Don't dwell on all the things that could pretty much put you in a state of depression. Okay. What else we got? Love thine own soul, comfort thy heart, remove sorrow from far from thee, for sorrow hath killed many, and there is no profit therein. So this is what we was talking about. You know what I mean? You stressing yourself out, you putting yourself in a position where you lose your life and it means nothing. You sitting over here just wanting to be in a depressive state and a doubtful state because of what? There was no reason for it. Envy and wrath. I think we no for sorrow have okay. Yeah, envy and wrath shorten the life, and carefulness bringeth age before the time. So you losing days out your life by dwelling within negativity, dwelling within that stress, dwelling within the things you can't change. So don't focus on the things that don't matter. Change your situation by ignoring it. We're gonna go to Job. We got 3 more precepts on this, and then we'll go past depression. We got Job 30 and 28. The book of Job, chapter 30 and verse 28. I went mourning without the sun. I stood up and I cried in the congregation. I am a brother to dragons and a companion to owls. My skin is black upon me, and my bones are burned with heat. My harp also is turned to mourning, and my organ into the voice of them that weep. So, question in the class, why, or questions in chat, why do we or do they call us black? Or why do we call ourselves black? Hey, shalom, Yahaba Shalom, Yahaba Shem Yahshua. Why do we call ourselves black? Is there a country called black? Is black our nation? Because they white? No, that's not what we call ourselves black. Because technically, are they white? When you look at a white person, are they white? Is their skin white? Are you black? Are we black? Do you look at your skin tone? It's the same color as black? So why do we call ourselves black? Why do people call us black? Sorry, can you speak up, please? You had your hand up?
That's how they see us.
That's how they see us? Give me more. What do you mean that's how they see us? What you mean? That's how they see us. So, like, do they see us as we're the color black? They see us like that's our. Okay, so they call us black because we're different? Okay. The word Niger is in the Bible. Okay. Niger is a Latin word for black. But why are we considered black? Somebody already put it in the chat, but I want to give the sister in the class one more chance. Want to try one more time? You're on the right track. You just gotta steal it. Why would we consider ourselves black, and why would they call us black? That's it. Okay, so excellent answers in the chat. The answer is because of the state we're in. It's not because we're the color black. It's not because there's a country called black that we come out of. It's because of the state that we're in. We are in a very, very low state. So this is why Job is saying that he's black. Okay? Because of the state that we're in. Now, Job is black. He's a black man, but black is not our true color. It's how you describe us. We're in a dark state. Okay. But that doesn't mean that we're gonna, you know what I mean, when we get the kingdom, we're gonna start considering ourselves white. Hell no. We black, but it's just because of the state we're in. Okay. Really, we're Israel. That's our nation. That's who we are. You know what I mean? Our nation is Israel. And that's our bloodline. But we call ourselves black because of the state that we're in. They call themselves white because they feel like they shine brighter than everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Are they white? No, they're actually pink and red. You know what I mean? When you see them, beige, pink, and red. Okay, so it says, I went mourning without the sun. I stood up and I cried in the congregation. I am a brother to dragons and a companion to owls. My skin is black upon me and my bones are burned with heat. This is Job expressing a stage of depression. When Job went through that whole situation of losing all the things that he had, because Job was a very protected and prosperous person. You know what I mean? The Lord literally had zeal around him to make sure that nothing nothing tested him. You get what I'm saying? You see something? Okay. So Job is explaining this after his the bubble has been popped and the zeal is no longer protecting him from being tested. Now Job is being tested on all sorts of manners of every which way he turns, he's being tested. Okay. Now Job is doing the right thing by not cursing the Lord, because that's what was expected of him. That if all the things that were taken from him, the good life, the life of comfort were taken from him, then he was going to curse the Lord. But he did the smart thing and didn't curse the Lord, even when his own people that were around him told him to. You get what I'm saying? Job's wife told him to curse the Lord and just die, and you'll be better off. You get what I'm saying? So just think of the things he dealt with within that time period. And you had someone that you spent, you know what I mean, you spending your life with is telling you to do the thing that you don't want to do. Okay? Being used as a weapon to get you to fail. You get what I'm saying? Job's wife is being used as a weapon. Did he fail? No. Did he go through a stage of depression? Absolutely. And this is him explaining that stage of depression. Okay. So Second Ezra 14 and 14. That's probably the last one. That's the last one we'll deal with on depression. All right. Let me see. Second Ezra 14 and 14. It says, what is this? Okay. I see what it's talking about. Okay, so it says, let go from thee mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age. So much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. Okay, this is all the Apocrypha. I don't know if you're looking for it. Is that what you're doing? Were you looking for that scripture? Oh, okay. I was making sure you look confused for a second. But this is all the Apocrypha. But yeah, so everything we talked about as far as being able to fight depression is all within the Bible. Okay, you have to ignore those weird thoughts. You have to ignore those negative thoughts. You have to be able to push forward past the things that come against you. Okay, you have to be able to want to get up, get out of that funk. get out of that stage of why me, and you have to be able to put on the armor of God, put on confidence, put on strength, not focus on the things that you see in front of you that may seem like it's a bad thing. Ignore it. Just ignore it. Because all in all, at the end of the day, the Lord already has a way to be able to get you out of that phone. You just got to allow him to work. You got to allow him to cook. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't got patience to let the Lord do what he does. So we get into a panic, and we start to panic on things that may seem like it's, you know what I mean, we don't have a chance against. There's not anything that's going to come against you that the Lord doesn't feel that you can handle. You know what I mean? Everything that comes against, that's why you should be comfortable in all stages of everything that goes on in your life, because there's nothing that he's going to allow to happen to you that you can't handle. So everything, if you can handle everything, then why stress over it? Why allow depression to overcome you? Like, you should be able to be confident in all things, because you know that it's nothing that is going to be able to overtake you. You just have to find the strength that the Lord gave you to be able to battle these things. You know what I mean? Some people deal with things that are a lot darker than others, but at the end of the day, that's their zeal and where they're at. You have to be able to find your zeal and be stronger and lift yourself up, because every time these stages happen, you have to be more than what you think you are. You have to be more. You have to continue to keep pushing yourself to be more. Okay? So that's what we got on depression. I welcome y'all to the finale of weapons. We're going to end this off, man. I didn't want to end it off, but we're going to end it off because I want to do more with this classroom. You know what I mean? It's so much more we can do. I want to start adding brothers into the class. This is Brotherhood class, so you know what I'm saying? There should be an interaction when it comes to brothers speaking on their perspectives. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't just be me. It should be a plethora of brothers. So I'm going to see who we can start getting to tap in to these classes. You know what I'm saying? Whether if we got to do it virtually or not, or we have brothers in class, we want to make Brotherhood class. You know what I'm saying? But we are at the peak of weapons. If anything, if y'all got some things that y'all want to go over, we can bring this thing back. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakathum. Yahweh Shamal the Thumb Bashem Yahshua. What's going on, sis? Greenville, South Carolina. Okay. But yeah, if there's anything that y'all want to go back over, or you feel like you want to get into a particular topic to bring this segment back, I'm all for it. I love this segment, going over things that, you know what I mean, you can use to get past the weaknesses that we probably carry that we probably didn't even notice. So I'm all for it. But we at the finale of weapons. We are finito. So one more thing, another thing. Well, I don't want to say one more thing. There's a lot of things that we can talk about. Hey, Shalom, Yahweh, Bashem Yahshua Barakatah from Seattle, Washington. Okay. We got some. We traveling today. The water y'all tapping in too. All right. So yeah, so we about to get into it today. As far as weapons go, let's get down to it. We're gonna go to Jeremiah, the book of Jeremiah. Let's go to Jeremiah 10:2. This is a one of the ISUPK favorites. You know what I mean? Something that is so important. And the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10 and verse 2, it says, "Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen." We got to understand, learning not the ways of the heathen is probably one of the most important things when it comes to Israel, because we are robots. We are sponges. Like we absorb everything that our oppressor brings to us, and we just go with it, regardless of how bad it makes us look, regardless of how disrespectful it is to our lives. We go along with exactly everything that our oppressor brings to the table, and our people are destroyed up for it. We are destroyed for it. Our oppressor tells us to fight each other on film or on screen just because. Just because. Like, it's a show basically based on just fighting each other. That's it. It's based on just fighting each other. Like, you don't know this person, then you ain't got no funk with this person. All it is just, I'm willing to fight and I'm brave enough to fight. That's the type of mindset our people will be. We will literally put ourselves in a den where, what is it, like the gladiator dens, where they just like you back in the day, we had to be in slavery to have to be in those gladiator dens. Now we just do it just for recognition. Now we just hit the gladiator den and start fighting each other just because. We don't even need the chains and the slavery no more. All we need is just a camera and people watching. You get what I'm saying? Learning the ways of the heathen has destroyed our people, because now he controls everything that he wants us to do. He controls everything he wants us to speak about in our music, in our movies, and it's just it's affecting our communities. It's affecting our households. It's affecting everything, just because this is the new it thing. This is the new viral is demonic. Being viral is demonic. It's demonic. Like, being viral for the wrong reasons. It's just demonic, because people are literally like they're being crash outs. They're doing things that it's like nobody cares anymore. You know what I mean? And then the children grow up to see it. The households are just completely destroyed. Your oppressor tells you to get the man out the household, raise these kids up to be some little delinquents, and we just do it. As Israel, we do it. You know what I mean? But people who have a sense of culture and a sense of dignity, you know what I mean, thus being heathens also, but they have something that they can dwell on to give them a sense of dignity. Blacks, Hispanics, we don't have nothing to give us a sense of dignity. All we do is go with the flow. Everything that is told for us to do, we do it. You get what I'm saying? We got brothers going through hoods and just recording hood members, just throwing up signs, walking through their hoods as if it's something that needs to be recognized as a privilege. You get what I'm saying? Throwing up fingers, dissing sets that they're enemies to, just because. Nobody got paid. Everybody put their lives in danger. Everybody put their lives in a situation where you're now being watched by the FBI and being watched by the police department. You just put yourselves on the radar just so you can show a neighborhood that you have no ownership in. Just a neighborhood that you lay your head at, and where you're supposed to feel safe at, you're trying to show it off as, oh, don't come over here. Oh yeah, we're gonna come over here now, because that's where we know that you're at. We're definitely coming over there. So it's like, for what? For what, Israel? Like, what are we doing here? What is it that we are really doing here? Like, it's got to the point where we are so self-destructive that we wouldn't have a chance if not for this truth. You know what I'm saying? Our people are in some of the most self-destructive ways of living. You see the way that these kids is being brought up. The generations to come are going to be even worse. They're going to be Sodom and Gomorrah. You know what I mean? Violent, hypersexual, pedophiles. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's going to be no end or there's going to be no morality to our people. had not be this for this truth. You get what I'm saying? There will be no morality. We have to understand that following the ways of the heathen has destroyed our people. And you know why it's destroyed our people? Because we feel everything is fair game. We feel that everyone is all the same. And this is the problem with us. When someone knocks at your door and comes to destroy you, don't let them in your house. You get what I'm saying? You don't just open the front door and say, hey, come on in. You came to kill me and my family? Okay, come on in. You keep your door shut, right? That's what I thought. Why do we consistently keep falling for the same trap of allowing Edomites to be able to run how we think, how we move, how we supposed to identify ourselves? Why do we allow this to happen? This is become the destruction, and it's repetition. It's happening over and over and over and over again, whether we see it or whether we don't. And it's all because we keep falling for dumb Edomite antics. This is how you know. So we'll teach unity. ISUPK we'll teach unity. We'll teach our people to come together, get off of drugs, stop listening to what your oppressor wants you to be, and we'll be called racist for that. Where in the hell is the racist theme that comes into that? Where does it come from? Because we separate ourselves. We separate ourselves, and your oppressor has somehow convinced your family, all your people, that separating yourself is a bad thing. But that's what white people have been doing since they got to this country. You know what I'm saying? That's all they've been doing is separating themselves, whether legally, whether on the workforce, any type of way. They separate themselves, right? So, and it's embittered their people all the time. But they'll tell you, oh, well, it's racist for you to want to do just for you and your people. You got to be careful with the words and the mind control that people try to use against you and your people. When someone tries to call you racist because you only care about your people, that's not even the definition of racism. That's just a word you're using to bypass everything. Like, words have definitions. There's meanings to words. You can't just use a word that may sound like it's bad just because you don't want me to do something. You get what I'm saying? If I'm sitting over here, oh, here's another one. Hate. So this is a big problem when it comes to Christianity too. Christianity, for some reason, has taught you that hating is unrighteous and evil. This is what Christianity has done. Hating anyone or hating anybody is a bad thing. This has destroyed the families of today. Because where in the Bible does it tell you not to hate? Anybody got that precept? Does anybody got the precept where it tells you that it is unrighteous for you to hate? So let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 8. Oops, Ecclesiastes 3 and 8. Why is this shit popping up? It says, let's start at 7. Wait. No, we'll start at 8. It says, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. So if there's a time to love and there's a time to hate, why has Christianity taken out hate out of our spirits? Sometimes hate is good. I hate those who come against my people. I hate those who try to brainwash my people and put them in a state of being under chains, under mental chains and under physical chains, being enslaved in the mind and being enslaved in the body. I hate those people. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's not unrighteous. But because of how society has brainwashed our people, they use certain words to trigger us, to make us not want to stand together. Racist. How can Black or Hispanic be racist? We have no ways of being racist in a country that is already formed against us. That laws are already set against us. There are no ways of being racist. Hate. That goes with in your mindset of how you feel about God. God doesn't want me to hate. The Bible's clearly telling you there's a time to hate. So where does God tell you that you're not supposed to hate? Yeah, God wants you to forgive your enemies, but those enemies he's speaking about are your people. People that you might sit over here and feel like, oh yeah, well, I'm a blood and he's a Crip. Oh, this person that did something to my cousin, I need to do. No, you forgive your brothers. But you don't have to forgive a people who created this system of why you even hate your brother. You don't have to forgive them. And you don't have to have a moment that you don't hate them. Hating it should be mandatory. The way that we live in right now. So don't allow people to question answered. What was the question? Young man, I know that's a young man in San Diego, right? What was the question? But it should be mandatory within our community. Hating should be mandatory within our community. We should not want to keep falling under the same oppression because a religious community, a cult, told us to love everybody. A religious cult community told us that we're all the same, that there's nothing special about anybody. We're all the same. If we're all the same, then why are you trying to take Black people out of voting? I was going to ask why Christ said to love your enemy. Oh, okay, yeah. Loving your enemies, because Christ was only for Israel. You know what I mean? He said it himself plenty of times. Loving your enemies were the enemies were your people. Those were your people. He's not talking about enemies as far as other nations. A lot of people kind of get that misconstrued because they think that the Bible is for everybody. When you see the Bible into the form that it's based on, which is just for Israel, then it's easy to understand the scriptures when it's speaking about it doesn't have to be so general. Like everybody wants the Bible to be so general. Oh yeah, well it has to say Israel. It has to say this. It has to say this. But if you see when you read the context of the whole Bible, it's only speaking to Israel. So some things just don't need to be explained. When it's talking about your enemy, it's talking about your brothers. It's talking about people who are Israel. You know what I mean? Let's see. Because most of the enemies that you have are in your household. That's a fact. Most of the people that you have beef with are in your home. So where we at? So yeah, we have to be able to stop falling into the same stupid traps that a weaker vessel continues to keep putting us in. I don't know if people understand. The white man is a weak vessel, physically and mentally. What he's great at is manipulation and lies. This is why we have to bring out those certain triggering words that people tend to want to continue to keep falling into when it comes to trying to get you to stop wanting to be separated. You get what I'm saying? When you try to sit there and teach the best for your people, oh, you're a racist. You just threw that word out there. You didn't even know what the meaning of it. You didn't know what come. Oh, God doesn't want you to hate. You just made that up. That's not what the Bible says. All those things are triggering words to get you to stop wanting to unite with your people. You get what I'm saying? You need to want to unite so we can start a better aspect when it comes to how we feel about each other. Because going online, fighting your people just because they tell you to, like, there's got to be some type of integrity to ourselves. We gotta have some type of moral standard. This is just not the way for us. This is horrible. Having no moral standard when it comes to like your kids, when it comes to your families, when it comes to like, you know that there's no moral standard when it comes to people and their children because they so busy trying to get rid of the other parent. You know what I mean? Like, what's wrong with the child having both parents? Is that frowned upon these days? Why is that being frowned upon these days? I thought that was the goal, to be able to die old with someone. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't that supposed to be the goal? Like, aren't you like, obviously this whole shenanigan of sex has really destroyed the mindset of our people, because everybody thinks that the attraction of a relationship has to go through sex now. It's not no one's morality. It's not the way they think. It's not their knowledge or education. It has nothing to do with those things. It's about how you look, how big your butt is, how the dude look. You know what I mean? It's like the laws of attraction only goes through sex now. There is no end game. Like, people act like that that physical physique is going to be there forever, or you just not going to get tired of, you know what I mean, sleeping with this person. It happens. That's why it's good to have other traits that attract you to someone, because, you know what I mean, that's what's going to keep the relationship alive. But now our people are just getting together just because of the aspect of being able to sleep with each other. And that's why these families aren't lasting. These families are being ended instantly, because once they feel like, I mean, oh, there's something better on the other side. Oh, there's this person is not satisfying me the way that they used to. All that stuff. The smallest thing can ruin a whole family, just because the peak of your attraction comes just from sex. That's it. So we got to get out of this manner of thought that our oppressor has put on us, because he just wants us hypersexual, distracted, pumped up, full of sugar. I mean, like, just completely, like, completely out of the straight away mindset that you're supposed to be in. Okay, I'm gonna go through some scriptures real quick, and then, I mean, we could put all this to rest. We're getting pretty close to that 9 o'clock mark. But yeah, hating is very necessary. It's very, very necessary. You need to hate your oppressor. You need to hate whatever the white man brings to your table, whatever he has to offer. Hate it. Hate everything about what your oppressor brings to you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all bad, bad, bad for you. Nothing that our oppressor gives is good. You know what I mean? It says, envy not the ways of your oppressor. Don't be jealous of what they live like, what they got. We need to worry about us and us alone, because it's a high time for us to have that understanding. It's a high time for us to have some type of morality. It's a high time for us to be able to raise these children the way they're supposed to be, the way that they deserve. You know what I mean? You didn't ask to be on this earth. Your kids didn't ask to be on this earth. But at the end of the day, we here. So we got to make the best of it. We got to make the best of it. We cannot continue to keep on ignoring our generations to come. Our oppressor is literally working for 10 generations ahead of himself. This is why he's taking away all these laws from us and taking away our power in this country, because they want to reassure, regardless if they are dying off very fast, because they are, that they still have a chance at some type of being on top of the system from generations to come. You get what I'm saying? So that means your children and your children's children don't have a chance, because the people that you see in front of you are already on top of it. Well, let's get on top of our stuff. Let's keep these families together. Let's make sure that we shame those who make our people look and act in an ignorant manner. There's nothing wrong with a lot of. That's another triggering word. Boom, right off the bat. Only God can judge me, or you judging. No one knows what the true definition of judgment is. Everybody has mentally put themselves in a perspective where judging is just having an opinion on someone's lifestyle or the way that they act. Words have meanings, people. Words have definitions. Judging is not having a perspective on someone, on how they live, or looking at someone in a certain manner because of the way that they're doing something or doing something wrong. You know what I mean? That's not judging. Having a perspective is not judging. Judgment is what when it comes to the Bible. People were getting stoned. People were getting beheaded. You know what I mean? Because they were breaking the law. That was the judgment. You're not giving judgment if I'm not sitting over here putting you in a position where you have to deal with the consequences of what happens when it comes to breaking the law. Now you are, because Christ has that right to judge. And if Christ chooses that those things that you're doing deserve some type of repercussion, then that's just what's going to happen. But I'm not doing it. Christ is doing it under the authority of the Lord. The Lord is making those things happen. Christ is the mediator. You know what I'm saying? So that's not judgment. So judging is a trigger word that they'll use to get you to stop shaming someone from the stupid things that they do. What else we say? Freaking hate. Hate is necessary. It's in the Bible. So whatever your Christian pastor is telling you that you shouldn't hate, that's another triggering word. And what else was it? What was the last word? Hate and geez, what was the last word? Wow. Somebody's not paying attention. So it's hate. If I swear it's gonna pop up in my mind. It's like right there in my mind. And nobody got in the chat. Damn, what was the last word? I am tripping. No, racist was the word. Pay attention. So racist is a word too. That's a triggering word that they'll use that does not have absolutely nothing to do with creating unity for your people. That's not racist. Sitting over there telling your people to get off drugs, that's not racist. Separating yourself from those who come against you, being the white man, that's not racist at all either. That's just being aware and being smart. Because obviously we've been getting attacked for generations and generations. So how could that possibly be racist to want to separate yourselves from the person who's attacking you, from the person that keep you under their feet? Why is that racist? It makes no sense. So yeah, those three triggering words. Y'all got some more triggering words, put them in the chat. But those are the words I think of so far. But yeah, don't allow people to just play with words in front of your face to try to get you to stop being what you're supposed to be. You are supposed to hate those who come against you. You know what I mean? You are supposed to want to separate yourselves from people who try to use you and abuse you and your family. You are supposed to want to get away from those. That's not racist. And you are supposed to have a perspective for those who are living in the wrong way. That's not judging. That's not judging. You can sit over there and tell somebody, you ain't supposed to be living like that. Don't allow no goddamn Christian to tell you, oh, yeah, you're judging me. They just want to get out. They want out of that conversation. They don't want to feel like they're doing the wrong thing, because Christians don't like to feel like they're wrong. Aggressive with our speech. Oh, yeah, angry, like saying that we're angry. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with being angry either. There's nothing wrong with anger, as long as you're using it in the right manner. You know what I mean? Be angry towards the right things. Don't be angry. Oppression makes a wise man mad. You know what I mean? Be angry at the oppression. Be angry at the things that matter. There's nothing wrong with being angry. Just don't be what's the word I'm looking for? Man, it's like when you react and you do something out of anger. Y'all know what I'm talking about, though. That's the definition of what I'm talking about. But don't be that person who reacts and does something out of anger. If you want to do anything, do it with a sober mind. But yeah, these words are being used against our people. Cheating. Cheating is being used against our poor, sad, ignorant women out here. The word cheating. Like, I gotta, like, it's how can something be used as the term of cheating if everyone's done it to you? It's really cheating if it don't happen to you. That's what's cheating. If it don't happen to you, then it's cheating. But if you've dealt with these situations where it's always happened to you, maybe you just not that type of person that is just supposed to be the only one. You get what I'm saying? Some people cool with just being the only one. Some people cool with just having just one rib. But at the end of the day, you can't consider something cheating that the multitude is doing. You know what I'm saying? Those words are being used to trigger your emotions and to trigger your insecurities. Stop allowing these type of things to come against you and to come against your mental state. Be more knowledgeable. Be smart. Okay? Some people in the crowd that didn't like that. Where we at? Where we at though? Okay, so okay, yeah, 2 Corinthians 11:6. Though I be rude in speech, but not in knowledge. You know what I mean? People telling you, that's what you was talking about as far as aggressive with our speech. Like, you know what I mean? You go straight to freaking 2 Corinthians 11:6. You know what I mean? I might sound like I'm being aggressive and rude, but at the end of the day, what am I saying? Are the things that I'm saying wrong? Is the knowledge that I'm kicking wrong? Like a lot of people want you to say sweet things. They want you to say nice things in order for them to be able to listen. Those are people you want to stay the hell away from. Stay away from somebody who needs to be told something or to learn something in a polite manner. Get away from that person. That person is into their lives are about to be they in for some trouble. They're in for some trouble. Be vulgar in the way you speak. Be straightforward and be stern. Because when you come to somebody speaking in such a light manner, it's easy that you won't get taken seriously. Majority of the time, you're not going to get taken seriously. Whether that's with your kids, that's with anybody. You know what I'm saying? When your manager come to you and tell you that you've been late 7 days out the week for the last couple of weeks, he's not coming to you with a light tone. Hey, what's going on? Hey, everything okay? You've been late every day. What's going on? You know what I mean? So you want to be just as stern. You know what I mean? Lay your law down. Where are we at with it? I think that's, yeah. Let me see. We already did those precepts. We did that. Yeah. So, and we had 854. So, we are, that's it. But just to recap, you know what I mean? Quick little 5 recap. We have to be able to study the things that come against us on a daily, weekly, you know what I mean, process. If weapons was a great series, you know what I mean, go ahead and put that down in the chat. If you've used it throughout the week and it's helped you, put that in the chat. But definitely use the things you have that the Lord gives to you to be able to fight the things that come against you. Because in this day and time, being a person who gets into the world is an easy trait right now. You know what I mean? Like it's extremely easy right now. What do I have? Okay, yeah, I did have a couple more presets. We'll get to that later though. But as far as weapons series, we are finito. You know what I mean? Don't allow yourself to get pushed out of your zeal. Don't be distracted. You know what I mean? Don't take things that you don't see happening lightly. Everything is happening to this nation. Everything is happening to this place. Whether you see it or not, whether they report it on the news or not, daily, the Lord is punishing this place. And it's going to get to a point where they panic. They panic and start hitting the buttons. Okay? You have to prep yourself for that. Because once things hit the fan, that's when your loyalty is truly going to be tested. So you don't want to be caught in a weak stage. You want to be at your heightened zeal at this moment. Because with anything about to happen at any time, you have to understand. Once those things do happen, if you are being caught slipping, then that's it. That's a wrap. You better be on your A game. Be at your. Did you just say what I said when I said? Okay, I'm making sure. But yeah, be at your A game. Be at the peak of your zeal. Don't allow these distractions to throw you off. And understand what weapons are going to be used against you. Okay. Now we probably haven't been able to go through them all, but at the end of the day, you know your life. You know what you deal with on a day-to-day basis. Don't sit over here and always expect the worst things to happen. Sometimes it don't happen like that. If it does happen, just understand it's just your time, and those seasons change. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that's going to last forever. You're not taking it with you to the grave. It's going to change. Everything will be in a joyful manner as long as you have the right mindset. Okay? Stop losing them battles in your brain. Stop hindering the things that don't matter. Keep yourself in a straight manner, straight to the truth. Okay? No weaknesses. Fix all those weaknesses. Get counsel. Do whatever you need to do, but get it done and do it quickly. You know what I'm saying? That is the finale to our series. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Next week we're gonna split up. For the better. It ain't gonna be, you know what I mean? We gonna try to enhance these classes every week. But for now, I appreciate y'all tuning in. You know what I mean? We about this thing. It is 9 o'clock. So I'm gonna say shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshai, Barak a thumb to the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shemal a thumb, Bashim Yahshai to the sisters. Yeah, the water. We about this thing. Lord Christ.